What's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's Reviewed. Today, we're going to be taking a look at Colorfool from Victor Zatko. But before we jump into it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
And ring the bell.
Colorfool is a precision handcrafted gimmick for insanely visual magic. With this method, you'll be able to make a card change, appear, and disappear as many times as you want without any kind of reset. This gimmick has been designed to be used in real close-up conditions, but also works amazingly with social media magic. I have to say, man, this is a powerful color change. At its core, this gimmick is really a color change, and it's a very visual one. I really think that Victor did a phenomenal job with this. What'd you think about the tutorial, Steve?
I think it was great. You know, the first thing I saw was 16 minutes, and you and I both know that I love that.
Yeah.
16 minutes, I kind of was a little skeptical because I'm not sure. I haven't really seen many videos under 25 minutes for the most part. So I was like, is he going to be able to fit all of it in there? But, he did a very good job, very thorough and precise. He did go over the routine a couple times, which could have maybe lessened the video, actually. Could have cut probably 3 minutes out, but for the most part, it was easy to watch, and it was very thorough.
I agree. I mean, again, he went through the routine and then the actual explanation of the gimmick itself, which I thought was really good. It kind of, I think a lot of people like to see things twice, but like you said, it probably could have saved 4 or 5 minutes if he had either done the routine and then the explanation, or just gotten rid of one of the two and just done it all combined. But it was a really interesting tutorial, and I'm in the same camp there. I was a little surprised by the fact that it was so short, because we're so used to seeing these gimmick tutorials that are 25, 35, an hour long. And I think it speaks a lot to the simplicity of Colorfool as well. The fact that he was able to fit it all in essentially 8 minutes. If you take out that duplication, that in mind, this really is a great beginner gimmick. There's a little bit of complexity that we'll say to some of the way that they do the routine as built. Not in a bad way, but probably not made for like your first gimmick as a beginner, but really allows for you to build on some really important principles in Magic as well, which I think is important. But with that in mind, this really is super beginner friendly, intermediate friendly, and for a professional magician who's really looking to add a little pizzazz to a color change, this actually allows for a lot of routine to be built out around it. So you obviously have the included routine, but also so much more could be built around the idea of Colorfool and how it works.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think the one thing that I would touch up on that he didn't touch up on was the audible issue.
Yeah.
There is a slight audible issue performing the routine. It definitely is easy to get around once you learn, the routine a little bit more, but it would have been cool to see him go over that.
I agree. I think the fact that he touched on kind of tips and tricks on how to really perform well and what to do with the gimmick, that was something to me that I was expecting to see, and I was a little surprised that he didn't touch on. With that in mind, too, I really think that the cool thing about this, and I'm so excited to see creators who do this, he really explained how the gimmick was made as well. Like, this is something that over time, while it will likely wear out, the construction was phenomenal, but he also explained to you how to build it yourself for the most part by showing you what the gimmick was. So this is something that for a $29.95 price point, you're not only getting a great tutorial, a really sturdy and well-constructed gimmick, but you're also getting the knowledge to build that gimmick going forward as well, which I really like too, because I think it then expands your capability of being forced to use the deck that the gimmick is built with, and allowing you to actually customize the gimmick to a deck you're more comfortable or whatever your everyday carry is that week.
Yeah, and it makes it just more valuable, purchasing the gimmick that you can use it just not on what you're buying it for.
Exactly. Now, I really think that Victor did a lot of great stuff with this tutorial. I think he put a lot of thought and energy into the way to teach it, and also where it could be used. Obviously, as the ad copy mentions, this is great for real close-up magic. This is something you can use in street magic, close-up magic, even a little bit of, maybe close quarter parlor magic, where it would be a little more intimate. I wouldn't say necessarily stage. You want that visibility to it. There is another aspect to this as well to consider, and that's the angle sensitivity of the gimmick. While the gimmick itself is relatively straightforward, there is some angle sensitivity to consider while performing this, just based on the nature of the color change. I don't think it's anything, you know, insurmountable, but I do think it's something to be aware of as well, especially on how you're performing and where you're performing. If you're in a close-up scenario where people may be, you know, fully around you, you want to be aware of that while you're working with this.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, that goes for any card, gimmick or trick.
Yeah, so whether you're a beginner magician or just a professional looking to spice up your repertoire, Colorfool is an absolutely amazing, powerful, and simple gimmick that I genuinely enjoyed learning about today. And at a $29.95 price point, you really can't beat it, man.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I dig it.
Yeah. Well, make sure to head to your favorite Murphy's Magic retailer and pick up Colorfool. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of Reviewed. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Peace.